This has got to be the most impressive gadget I've bought this year. I absolutely love it. Yes, even more impressive than that Time Crisis machine behind me, because I didn't buy that. It's an early Christmas present. And apparently I'm meant to just look at it until Christmas. But I am looking at it. I have to look at it to play it. Do you see? But back to this PlayStation Portal. Now, the first thing I noticed when I unboxed it, there's a unboxing and first impressions video on this. I'll put a link to that in the description below. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely one of the most gorgeous devices I've ever had. I love the look of it. It's so well designed. Super thin on the screen there. It isn't an LCD screen. It's not OLED. That's fine. It means you can play it in daylight and set the settings really high and you still see what you're doing, which is good. 1080p resolution, absolutely fine. Again, no need for 4K on something this small. Our eyes cannot resolve that kind of resolution on this smaller device. And the thumbsticks and buttons are all very familiar feeling. It's build quality nice. The way it feels in your hand, it's not slippery. It's nice grippy plastic, and it's got just an all-round completely premium feel. Absolutely love it on first impressions. Right, so it looks the part and it feels the part in your hands, but what's it like to actually use? Now, my PS5 is in rest mode at the moment, and there's two ways of playing this. You can actually play this without a PS5 at all, which is absolutely awesome, and I'll come to that in a minute. But let's turn this on. Press the power button up top and it'll come to the basic screen, and it says to unlock, press the PlayStation button, which is the one there, and you unlock the PlayStation Portal, and we are now turning on the PS5. You probably heard a little beep. So ordinarily you'd have the TV off, of course. You don't want to waste electricity running a TV when you're connecting to this or using this. And you won't actually see that there, of course. You'll actually see this on here, because ordinarily the TV would be off. And the cool thing about this is you can do this anywhere in the world. It doesn't have to be local to your Wi-Fi. You could be living in the UK like I am and have a Wi-Fi connection in Australia, and this will work. So let's press the X button and connect to the PlayStation 5, and there we go. You can see it come up at the same time as here. Now, it is better by an Ethernet connection. It does work by Wi-Fi. There's just a tiny amount of lag extra with that, but most people aren't going to notice it, and it's going to be still absolutely perfectly playable. I've got mine connected by Ethernet. That is the best way to go. And as you can see, as we move between the different game tiles, the timing between what's happening on the actual screen, which is directly from the PlayStation, and what's happening on the PlayStation Portal is a bang in time. There's the most minimal lag with this. Unless you're the most ultra competitive gamer of all time, you ain't going to notice this, and this is still going to be absolutely perfectly playable. Absolutely fantastic. So let's fire up a couple of games and see what they're like to play. Right, so for the first game demonstration, I'm just going to show Gems of War, a game I played a lot if you watch my channel regular. That's how I kind of started on YouTube, really, and I'm still playing this game today. But this is so good, because if you're away, if you're on holiday, for example, you can just take this with you, leave your PS5 in rest mode, turn it on from anywhere in the world where you can get a Wi-Fi connection from, and you can still play. It's so good. You can just log in, and even if there is a small amount of lag on this, which to most people there isn't, then on this sort of game you're not going to notice it. Absolutely fantastic. Next up, let's indulge in a bit of something which does need a decent connection. You don't want this to be too laggy, otherwise it's going to feel really twitchy and nasty to play. But let's have a quick go and see how it does. This is Forza Horizon 5. Playing this, looking at the PlayStation Portal screen, of course. And yeah, it feels absolutely fantastic. It really, really does. It's like, oh, if you want to be really fussy, there's the most negligible feeling of difference between playing in front of the TV screen like normal and playing on this. But that can depend largely on your internet connection, how strong it is, and things like that. But overall, completely playable and nothing wrong with it at all. Absolutely fantastic. Right, so Forza Horizon 5, a game that requires as little lag as possible, completely fine to play with this. So Gran Turismo was the same as well. I played Gran Turismo 7 in the unboxing video, and again, it was absolutely awesome. But the thing I love about this is if you press the PlayStation button there, and you go to the home screen like that, and you bring that up, you can just play your entire PlayStation library as if you were in front of it. Not just the PS5 games, but if you've got like a extended drive, I've got a 4 terabyte drive hooked up to this as well as 4 terabytes of storage altogether on my PS5 Pro. I can access all of these from anywhere in the world, as long as I've got a Wi-Fi connection. It's absolutely nuts. It's like having a portable PS5, which is just really high quality. Right, so as you can see, I am still connected to the PS5, but now let's show you something which is super cool about this little gadget. You can play games even without a PS5. Not just a PS5 turned off, but without a PS5, providing you have a PlayStation Premium. Let's show how this works. Let's first of all turn off the PS5. One thing I like about this as well is if you think someone can mess around with your gaming on this by picking up the original controller and pressing buttons and things like that to mess with your game, they can't, because as soon as you turn the PS5, the PlayStation Portal on, it turns the controller off, and as soon as you turn the controller on, it lets you know that someone's about to switch controls. So really, really cool. So let's turn the PlayStation 5 off, not rest mode, completely off. Kaboom, done, off. Right, let's wait for that to be officially off. Right, PlayStation is off. What we're going to do now is go to this second option here, the middle one. Can you see that? Cloud streaming. So not only can I actually play anything I've got in my library, but with Premium you can actually play all the games which are available in Premium, which you don't actually have downloaded or officially own. So I'm going to just Super Stardust here on the PlayStation Portable. Love this on the PSP. This is like the third version of PlayStation type portable devices. It was PSP, then Vita. Now you got this one, and it's just getting ready to go. Let's turn up the volume a little bit so we can hear something. Loading. We're already in the game. It's just loading the game now. And there we go. We are ready to absolutely rock and roll. And we're playing. It's flipping awesome. Absolutely love this thing. There we go, we're off. Yeah, absolutely awesome. And we can do that anywhere in the world as long as we've got a Wi-Fi connection and, in this case, a PlayStation Premium. But you can still play all your normal games even without Premium. Absolutely fantastic. Now, another thing that is really, really important about a device of this type is battery life and how it performs. Now, I've read some reports of people saying 5 and 6 hours, and it's like, what are you doing? You press the PlayStation button here. It's a quick tip for this. I might do some little tips for this in the future. Go down to the brightness slider there, and it's default to full blast. This is going to be important if you're outside. So if you're outside and you need that on the max, then you're not going to get beyond 5 and 6 hours. That's the way it's going to be. But indoors, slide it down to roughly halfway, and you are going to get 10, 11 hours out of this. I fully charged this. I was indoors. I played around with that brightness setting, slid it down to about halfway. No real noticeable difference in the picture quality and the image quality, how it looked, and I got a really decent amount of battery life out of it. So yeah, turn that slider down to roughly halfway and get massively extended battery life. Well, so other things, and to wrap this up, first of all, let's talk about the sound and the sound quality. There's 2 little volume buttons on the top there for up and down. Just turn the sound down on the TV so you can hear the sound from this. Not that it's going to be representative of how good it is, but it's for a little device, it's actually okay sound. It's not particularly punchy or meaty as you'd expect, but it has got a headphone socket underneath there, so you can plug in some headphones and get better sound. But the sound is completely passable and usable for just general use. It really is. Got a mute button there as well. You can mute the mic if you so desire and things like that. They've thought of everything on this. It's a really cool device. Overall, I love the feel of it in your hands. You've got the haptics from the triggers and the rumble effects. The way they go through this on games like WRC, and that is really, really good. It feels like the whole thing is vibrating and being subjected to those haptics, which is absolutely fantastic. And it should be a really reliable device as well, because it's simply a controller and a screen, which is basically streaming your game. So providing you don't throw it around and beat it up, it's going to last a while too, I think, because the overall feel of it is just like super, super premium. So my review of this is going to be a 10 out of 10. If I was going to knock anything off, I'll knock off 0.2 of a mark, so 0.8 out of 10, because I do find that USB-C connection underneath there just a little bit fiddly to get to, but it kind of makes sense the same way, because when you put this down on the side, because of the shape and size of the handles for the controllers, it means the whole thing is kind of floating, so you're not going to get the wire crushed and things like that. So yeah, absolutely, I can't fault this thing. It's absolutely wonderful. So there's a video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. Like it, hype it, all that malarkey, it's all good to me. But thanks for watching, and bye for now.